we know that many too many people are dying each and every day. We see it in our newspapers. We feel it in our churches and our synagogues. We see it happening in our neighborhoods. And we know that this disease is absolutely agnostic as to politics, as to educational background, as to economic status, as to race or religion, as to gender. This disease will take all comers. However this disease finds you, it will take you. And it will be happy to take you as quickly as it possibly can. That's why we've limited opioid prescriptions initially to 5 days, because we know that all it takes is 5 to 7 days, and sometimes less, for people to be on these drugs and become wildly addicted, especially if there's a predisposition in their family background to this type of problem. We've done all the other things that Deborah talked about because they're needed. There's not going to be one thing that's going to solve this problem, because each human being is different and unique, and we know that we're going to need to take different approaches with folks. But what I'm for are these things. I'm for evidence-based treatment. Evidence-based treatment that we know will work over the course of time. I'm for medication-assisted treatment because we know that can work as well, and I'm for expanding the options in medication-assisted treatment. I'm for making sure that when someone picks up the phone and calls and makes the decision that they want to leave a life of addiction and move towards a life of recovery, that they have the opportunity to get the treatment that they need, whether it's inpatient or outpatient, to be able to get the help that they need. I want to make sure that families understand that asking for help is not only the smart thing to do, it's the right thing to do. I want families to understand that the disease is no more a reflection upon their family and their family's values than is diabetes or cancer or heart disease. We don't judge families based upon whether or not members of their family contract those diseases. Yet, with this disease, we know that we do judge, that many in our society judge. And the reason we know that is we're talking to the victims of the disease themselves. Every time I've gone to a treatment center over the last 22 years, when I get to talk to people who are in the throes of addiction moving towards recovery, what they always say to me invariably is, Governor, I come from a good family. And my response now in the last few years has always been, why would you think I would think otherwise? But people do. I think the single most important thing we can do to begin to combat this addiction effectively over the long term is to remove that stigma, is to have families stop being embarrassed to talk about a loved one of theirs who's in the midst of this disease, to stop families from hiding and those individuals from hiding.